Hi, it's Angie at No Shift Repeat, and today I want to do a review for you on Beautycounter's Dew Skin. I love this product. I've used it for about a year and thought it's probably time for me to share it with you because it is one of my favorite products in my makeup bag. So what is Dew Skin? It is a tinted moisturizer with SPF 20. I love this product because it really, for me, functions as 3 products in one. It is my moisturizer, it is my SPF, and it also provides a little bit of coverage. Now, if you're used to like a heavier foundation coverage, that is not this at all. The coverage of this is very, very sheer, but I use it in addition to some concealer and some powder, and I don't feel like I miss the extra coverage of a foundation most days. So, but I just think this is awesome. I'll show you what it looks like out of the bottle. I'll put some on my hand for you. I just use about 1 pump on my hand, like a full pump. That was just a little bit. You can see, but it spreads and it's very, very sheer. And it basically just blends like right in with your skin. That's kind of the difference, I think, between like a tinted moisturizer and a foundation. Is a tinted moisturizer almost kind of becomes one with your skin. It soaks right into your skin and doesn't look like you have a layer of makeup on, versus a foundation sometimes can look, you know, it leaves a layer on your skin. So I don't feel like this tinted moisturizers do that at all. So I love that it melts into my skin. I love that I'm only using 1 product and I don't have, especially for the summer, I don't like having a bunch of products layered on my skin if I'm gonna be outside or just when the weather's warmer. I love that this is for me like a 3-in-1 product. I wanna tell you something funny. I did not like this product at first and I was so bummed because I kept reading about people raving about it and how much they loved it. It has won like a beauty or an Allure beauty award, whatever, their best of beauty award or whatever it is that they call it. And so I really wanted to like it and I assumed I would, and I did not when I first got it. I was like, this feels like really oily and I don't know. Come to find out, I was trying to use this on top of my moisturizer, and at the time the moisturizer I was using was a little bit heavier to begin with. So I had that on my skin, and then putting this additional layer of moisture on top, it just felt like really slippery. And I didn't like it at all. And it actually wasn't until a couple months later I was like, I'm gonna try that again. And I just put it on my bare, clean skin, like out of the shower, just put this on as my moisturizer. And I was like, oh, now I see what everybody's talking about. So I really do love this. One of the things that have been so impressed, I've used this for 2 summers now, but after having my kids, maybe some of you can relate, I would get, when I would go out in the sun, like your skin gets melasma and it almost looks dirty. It just has these kind of brown spots, like it just looks like dirt, and it's from the sun. It's a hormonal thing. And so, you know, your option is to stay completely out of the sun or to try to find a good SPF. And in years past, I was wearing 30 and just thought, hey, this should be fine, but I was still getting these spots and it was just so awful. When I first got this, I was a little bit bummed because the SPF in it is only 20. And I was like, gosh, if my skin does this with 30, what's it gonna do with 20? Then I'm thinking, am I gonna have to use an additional SPF? But at the beginning of last summer, I had started using Beautycounter's sunscreen, just their plain sunscreen. This was before I was using this on my face. And that was keeping the brown spots at bay. Like, it was really keeping the brown spots off my face. And I was like, okay. And that was SPF 30. So I thought, I'll try this just to see. But the first hint of like stuff I start seeing appearing on my skin, I'm gonna have to switch to something or whatever. Well, I pretty much used it the rest of last summer and all of this summer, and I've been so impressed with how it has kept the sun off of my face. They use a physical sunblock rather than a chemical sunblock, so maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not exactly sure. All I know is that this works great. I would say with a regular SPF 30 sunscreen before Beautycounter, I would probably get, if I had to rate these spots on a scale of 1 to 10, they were probably like at a 6 or a 7, like very obvious by the end of the summer, just not cute at all. And I would say with me using Beautycounter and being out in the sun, like, I still try to wear a hat sometimes, or, you know, I don't try to put my face in direct sun, but sometimes there's not a whole lot you can do to avoid it. So just with this on and being a direct sun, I mean, I would say the splotches would come out maybe like a 1 or a 2. So for me, that was huge. That's honestly one of the main reasons that I love this, is because it really keeps my skin protected from the sun. Again, I love that it's an all-in-one product. I'm not using a whole bunch of stuff on my face. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this. I'll give you a couple of tips. Like I said, for me, this provided plenty of moisturizer for me. I didn't need to use additional moisturizer, so I just put this on my bare skin. Like, I get out of the shower, put a layer of it on, and then my next tip is just to let it soak in for a couple of minutes before you start adding concealer or powder or blush or any of your other makeup, if you're gonna wear any. Just let it soak in for a couple of minutes. You'll know it will get almost, you know, it will just feel dry to the touch. Like, this is very dry from when I just applied it a few minutes ago. When you first put it on, it's gonna feel like a moisturizer. And so you just need to let that soak in for a few minutes. It's very, very easy to use. It's pretty foolproof. I can wear this same shade. I wear shade number 2. I can wear it in the summer when I have, you know, just some color from being outside, and then I can wear it in the winter when I'm super pasty pale white and I use the same shade. So because it's so sheer, it's pretty forgiving in terms of color. And then also, if you don't know about Beautycounter's products, there's a list of 1,500 ingredients that is on their never list. So it's ingredients that they will never use in their products because they believe that they might be harmful to your health. And so I love this because it gets one of the top safety ratings on the EWG Skin Deep database for safety. So I don't think we should ever have to compromise our health for our beauty. So I love this. I wanted to share it with you. If you try it and like it, or if you've used it before, let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for watching.